Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti, and we're sitting in the park at Ballan, Pete. It's a little bit romantic.
You took the words out of my mouth. Romantic, Ballan Park. Yeah, we've been here before.
We've got a little slide over there. I might get you on the slide and get a bit of video. How'd that go down? Where's Marley? We could get her on there. She'd love it.
Bit of trouble fitting down the slide, Darren. But
you left her in the car with the doors locked and it's 34 degrees?
She is at home. No, she's at kinder or whatever you call it, childcare. So, but it's a beautiful morning.
It is, mate. It's real autumn today. So, well, let's go through last week's runners. And where do we go back to?
We'll go all the way back to Friday at Swan Hill, where we were hoping that Bloodstock could win. She ran well, she ran better, but didn't quite get there for third.
She tried hard, but she probably just left with too much to do, Pete, on that track that seemed to favour the on-speed horses.
Yeah.
What was your assessment?
Yeah, look, I spoke to Dean afterwards. He said he was a pair back further than he would have liked, and there was a horse in front of him. Why he went early was because the horse was going no good in front of him. He said if I was in its spot, you'd probably nearly win it. But instructions were to ride her at dead set cold, which he couldn't have rode her any colder.
Well, she was back last, wasn't she?
Yeah, field of 8. But look, she was good.
Blinkers off certainly was the right move.
Yeah, settled her. And she's done a good job because she took off at the 600.
Yeah.
And we're still Cummings on the line. Yeah.
No. Anyway, she ran third. That's better than what she's been doing.
Yeah, we'll speak about her later, but she'll back up on the weekend. It's the opposite with poor old Revolutionary.
Well, he's a horse, Revolutionary, that's trialled brilliantly both times.
Yep.
And we just got to put a big line through that run because he got flattened.
Copped a KO at about the 300. Dean was probably...
I thought he broke down, Pete.
Well,
I didn't realise he got knocked flat, but...
The camera angle just changed from we were watching him side on, and then all of a sudden you see this horse's head, and then when they went back to the side on, you realised he'd lost 4 or 5 lengths and was out of the game. And Dean thought he broke down too.
Yeah, I went back through all his runs just to torment myself. And if you do go back and have a look at one of his runs this last prep, the same thing happened. He got poleaxed and he spat the bit out and ran last.
Might like too much activity in the race, Darren, but I mean that was severe interference.
Did the jockey get suspended?
They got reprimanded. I can't believe they never got suspended.
I would have reprimanded them.
Yeah,
they would have been found floating in the river.
Yeah, so look, like you said, and we know that he's going to be better when we get a bit of soft territory, soft ground as well.
It's got to rain soon, Pete.
Yeah, Darren Weir is a little bit concerned. Like he pulled up okay by all the vets, but Weir just in his mind that
he's a wet tracker, mate. He shouldn't be running on these hard tracks.
Anyway, he'll have. I'm sure they'll give him a couple of weeks to get over that.
Get the hose out.
Might be more mental than physical.
Friday night at the Valley, though, was a good night.
We've got another winner, Darren. I've been rolling along nicely with these winners once a week. Perugia, he's talk about sticking your head out when it counts.
Well, I must admit, I thought he got beaten myself.
Yep.
He sort of kicked away, and then he got headed. He must have got headed.
Well, I'm sure the inside got back in front.
Yeah, and he was gone. Like you're gone there when that happens. Yep. But good on Brad. He got him going, and he just got his head out at the right time to get the money.
It's certainly a case of the jockey knowing the horse, isn't it? Because I mean, a lot of
he got that one right.
Yeah, a lot of jockeys just.
I don't want to wrap him up too much.
Leave something.
He got that one right. No, that was good for Brad and good for Perugia, and congratulations to all the owners. The trophy, did you see the trophy?
I did see a couple of them try to cart it around.
It was a Friday night Valley race of 20-odd thousand, and the trophy was about this high.
To get the bubblies in.
Actually, we'll throw a photo up of Liz holding it here. Oh, that's a big trophy, Peter. When she went, afterwards we were in the owner's room and Liz said, I'm going to get a bubble, and she sat it on the bench, and for 1 minute I thought she was going to get the bloke to fill it up with champagne.
But it took about a dozen bottles.
So anyway, I'm sure the owners will have fun at the Christmas party bidding on that.
Yeah, that's right.
So with those trophies, they all get presented at the Christmas party and we auction them off, and the proceeds go to charity, Pete.
Yeah, which is a great thing.
Except if they're worth more than $500, then they've got to be treated as cash.
Sitting on someone's mantelpiece. But
anyway, great win. So he's won 4 now.
There's 2 great thrills for that crew at Moonee Valley. If you're going to win a race at
Friday night, good weather.
The atmosphere is fantastic, isn't it?
So we're off to Mornington Guineas with him next.
Yeah, so it's a lovely little race. It's probably
that's Saturday week, Pete.
It is too, a standalone Saturday meeting.
Mornington, we'll be down there.
120 plus Phobos. It's a big pool of money.
I hate the track.
Yeah, I know.
We have no luck there, but this horse runs on the speed, so we're some hope.
Weary hates the track. We hate the track, so
anyway,
we might get over it and break the curse. Up north, She's Our Star.
Had no luck, this filly.
Wet tracks.
Another wet track.
Bad ride.
Oh, Pete, a bad ride.
Well, I'm
winning.
I haven't
I've
seen
got
the
him.
race. I'm just going off what you said. I did pull up there. I went bad ride.
Well, I laughed because the post-race report was Jim Burns bagging the horse, and Golan's post-race report was bagging the jockey,
yeah.
and my post-race report was bagging the trainer.
I just say bagging both.
So the owners are bagging me for buying a dud. So everyone's bagging everyone here, but I did talk to Tony Golan about it, and yeah, he was adamant that the wet track, the ride where he got it too stoked up and she wouldn't come back under him, and wet track and humidity and everything else. So there's about 10 reasons why she didn't win, Pete. Done a good job to run ninth, really, considering everyone was bagging everything. But I think at the end of the day, we just got to get it back on top of the ground.
I think that's the key.
I had him get the vet in and go right over it, but she pulled up sound. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit concerned at why she wasn't letting down. It's got to be the wet track, and it's got to be the way they're riding her. So anyway, he's just going to give her a trial now before he runs her.
Yep.
And hopefully by then the tracks have dried out.
Yeah, well, I think when they can't handle it wet, they just don't handle it
Well,
wet.
she's a stakes placed 2-year-old city winner,
Yeah.
mate, and she should be beating these.
Exactly. So we had a little bit of a break from there till yesterday, which is Wednesday. Ballarat. We had Rocket Cod kick off for Josh Julius, and
What are you going to say here, Pete?
Well,
Where did he run?
he beat one home in a field of 9.
Right.
It
And
might have been a field of 8.
the instructions were there was no
Well,
speed in the race. Go forward.
We thought 2 days out there was no speed in the race. The rails had 11 metres, which for two things is they're on better ground, the ground is unused, and plus it tightens the circuit up.
This could be a groundbreaking summary, Pete.
Yeah, and I think we should need to be more concise in what we probably told Brad, that Josh and myself.
The trainer, yeah.
Josh Julius. Just go forward and lead. Leave no stones unturned, or sit outside the leader.
And what happened?
Jumped probably a half a length or 3/4, and then tried to posse in behind the 3 or 4 leaders and ended up last.
Right.
Out of the game after 100 metres.
So what score are you giving the ride out of 10, Pete?
Oh,
Based on instructions.
well, probably 1.
That's groundbreaking for Pete Morgan.
Well, it's
to
just
bag a ride.
We've seen.
He's been great, Brad, but they just got it wrong.
The horse can race on the pace. We've seen it in
Did you
trials.
back it?
No.
This summary.
No.
This summary's longer than a Phil Britton speech.
I didn't back him. I say I didn't back him a little bit each way, but more just for the fact that, you do at $14 or $15.
Nah, not me, mate. I wouldn't be falling into this horse first or second up.
No, but point is, he could have, like Josh said, if he posies 3 lengths closer, he finishes there, because when they come into the straight, they didn't change positions all the way.
Yep.
So it just tells you, if you're more proactive with what you do early, it's probably going to be the result at the end. So
if he rode him well, where's he finish?
Oh, look, he could place if he sits outside the leader. I don't think they get past him, because he's a big, strong horse, and he held his ground straight, but he had to be far lap to make any. And the second favourite...
This is about as angry as I've seen you.
The second favourite...
And you're not even in the horse, are you?
Oh, a little share.
Oh, you got a share?
Little share.
That's why we're getting the big report. He's a shareholder.
Well, I'll just help all the other owners that are disappointed. The Hayes horse, which was second favourite and well back, Cosmological, posied up just in front of us from barrier 1 and finished half a length in front of us.
Don't these blokes watch the pattern of the day?
Oh, no, Jake Duffy rode it, so...
You got to lead on that track, especially when the rail's at 11, and it was like a soft 5.
Brad said he was spinning it. We know this horse hates anything that's half wet. Brad said that was actually you're spinning your wheels a little.
We've had 3 mils of rain for the year, and we were on a soft 5.
I think it had 63 mils on the track.
63 mils of irrigation.
And I know being a mid... what do you call it?
So it's a disaster, isn't it?
Well, look, the track race, well in that...
It's a disaster.
But just didn't... Yeah.
Rocket Cod.
The only thing I can say is he's had a trial. We picked up $625.
Paid trial. I think they all lost it on the punt.
More so. But anyway...
Don't fall into him.
He's 14...
Third up, I say.
14, 16, 18 or a 2,000 metre horse.
Then in the next race.
Well, I think this proves the point.
The next race.
Connery got beaten a nose.
What was he paying, Pete?
I think $3.
$2.70 to 3s.
Yeah.
Short price favourite.
Barrier 1.
Where'd he finish, Pete?
Run of the race, got beaten a half head.
Half head, run second.
Yeah, and he had the box seat run and still struggled to run, through them or past them.
Plus he had to go on the rail, which was probably
a little bit inferior. Yeah.
Got beat ahead.
Probably got. And he got beat
Blinkers
by
worked.
Smartos. Yeah. Geordie said he was a bit more switched on.
Yeah, definitely.
And when the gap came, he took it.
It was, gee, we stiff that horse.
And the worst part about it, we all positioned ourselves about 20 metres past the post. When that rails out at Ballarat, it looked like he won by a neck. Everyone's all went up, and I had to turn around because I watched the screen and I said, I'm sort of going, geez, these are going to be a bit disappointed here. Anyway, then all of a sudden the faces dropped. But look, how can you knock a horse for consistency? We're
the winner's pretty smart
horses, yeah.
That winner's pretty smart.
How often does Gay Waterhouse knock you off on a Wednesday at Ballarat?
At Ballarat. Well, that's what happens, isn't it? And that horse had run 4th at Moonee Valley last start. I think it's got form around a recent Sydney City winner.
Yeah.
So they've just taken that horse there to get a kill.
Yeah.
And they'd be saying, geez, we ran into a smart one. We only just got to the line because they took that horse there for a kill.
Yeah.
And they possibly could be taking that horse to the Mornington Guineas as well.
Well, yeah.
3-year-old over a mile. So they've nearly got beat,
No, you're right.
So it's not easy to win a race anywhere, and particularly in these maidens, you can bob up against someone just trying to give a good horse a kill.
And if you're fooled, you might be at Ballarat on a Wednesday, but that's the midweek day where a lot of trainers will target those races.
Good trainers will be there. So, we ran second. I don't know what the gap was to the rest, but...
there was the first 3 or 4, there wasn't a lot between, but there was a gap back.
Anyway, he will win a race one day, Connery. I know Mr. Alexander's very frustrated.
I think Mr. Childs is too.
I would show you the text he sent me after the race, but this is a family show.
It hurts when you probably get a half neck in front, or, you definitely hit the front, I don't know by how much, and you just expect from that run to keep going. Yeah.
I'm sure, he was on the inferior.
And you got Mark Zara on the winner. And
anyway, a couple of promising runs there, Pete, for the week, and Perugia, he's going really well. So now coming up,
Astrological tomorrow.
Well, she's not running.
We've chatted about that.
She's drawn wide at Ararat.
10 of 12.
Our intention is not to run unless DK Weir can give us a very good reason.
Yeah, we'll give him a chance.
And the only reason she should be running is if he says she's a moral.
If she can win, exactly.
There's no other reason to run from 10 unless he thinks she's a moral.
Because we spoke about another theory on races on Tuesdays at Ballarat, and especially
she can go back to Ballarat Tuesday after
a long weekend. It could be a field of 8 or 9.
Could be a field of 5.
Yep. So I think we definitely accept there, and we just probably scratch in the morning with Astrological.
Right. Tuesday, Bendigo. Oh, no.
No, we've got...
You've got them out of order.
Yeah, I have got a lot of it. Now, we're actually going to...
Where are we going?
We're going to swing to
Tennessee Gold?
Towong.
Who?
Towong.
Towong. I've never heard of Towong. Tell me where that is.
I think it's in Australia. It's North Victoria somewhere.
Is it in Victoria?
I think it is. Just.
Up
on the border.
Up in the northeast, is it?
It must be past the mountainous areas up there. I don't know. Sean Matherick's travelling up the day before.
You going with him?
Well, not the day before. I thought you were organising that helicopter.
Yeah, we couldn't get it refuelled, Pete.
Yeah. Anyway, she heads up there.
So why is she going there,
Sean wanted to find the weakest race he could.
0 to 58.
It's a 58.
How many runners are in it, do you know?
No, there's...
Is it a TAB meeting?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, tab meeting.
So it'll be on the TV?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's only of 12,000. Like, it's not a...
Yeah.
But it's a tab meeting. It's their once-a-year job. She's 16th in line, so...
Oh, she might not even get a run.
No, the fields will be out. She'll get a run. Fields will be nearly out now as we speak, but I'll pop them up.
You keep talking, I'll have a quick look.
Don't have a look. I'll keep flying around. You add to what I say. Sunday, we've got a Chuka Cup day, Darren, and we've got the old boy kicking off in the Cup, Falago.
Yep.
That's a, it's a trial over 1400 for him. I think he'll run well, but I mean, he's just not going to be able to keep up with them early.
No, he'll be out the back.
Yep.
It's a bit of a leader's track there, so he might pass one or two.
But that's a good kick-off point for him.
It's in Victoria, too long.
Yep. We mentioned Bloodlet. It is in Victoria. There you go. We mentioned Bloodlet earlier.
Yep.
So she's going to race in a benchmark 58, 2100. Dean stays on. Now, the reasoning behind this is it actually gives her another hit out over that 21, but it works in better with the Sandown race that we're, our only or last option to win a midweek with it.
Fields are not up, Pete.
Righto. So the Bloodlet race on Sunday, yeah.
So what are we doing, Pete?
Well, just as I was explaining, you were obviously...
Let's be clear.
Right. Bloodlet is running on Sunday. It builds at Echuca.
Yep. She needs to win that, doesn't she? If she gets beat, if rating will drop?
Well, probably won't drop if she runs a place, but if we get 4 points, it'll be a lot easier, a bit more guarantee.
For a grand final.
Yeah, which is 2 weeks
Sandown.
later on the 28th.
We're desperate to try and win a city race with this mare.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a bit of a plan to go to Echuca, win, and then go to Sandown and try and win.
And plus Sandown's 24, so she'd be going off the back of her 21 at 4 weeks ago if she...
The odds of her winning at Echuca and then winning at Sandown would have to be 300 to 1.
Well, I would say, especially when she's won 1 of 15 in her career, right?
But we're trying to make a city winner because she's a valuable broodmare.
And she was a lot better last start, so...
Blinkers off was the right thing to do.
Yeah, she settled better, so...
All right.
If she can draw a nice gate, we'll see what happens at Echuca.
Got to win at Echuca first.
Yeah.
Second go over 2,000 should be fitter.
That'll help her, yeah. Yep. Especially when she's got a step to 24 in 2 weeks' time. So that's Bloodlet. Stringer Bell was nominated. He's not going to run it at, Echuca. We'll go to Bendigo on Tuesday.
Stringer Bell Tuesday, Bendigo. He ran there good the other day.
Yeah, we'll have Clairvaux kick off in a 1400 there as well on the big track. Benchmark's 578, and again,
that'll be a paid trial.
That'll be a bit like Falago.
Yep.
We mentioned Astrological. If we don't go to, which we won't run at Ararat, we'll go to Ballarat on the Tuesday.
Ballarat Tuesday or Bendigo?
No, Ballarat Tuesday. No, hold on. Oh, it might be the Jewel. Is there a Jewel meeting? Darren, get that thing up again.
Lucky I'm on the research. I'm on research today. You keep talking, Pete.
All right. What can I talk about? The good thing at Tower.
So who's going where?
What races have we got Tuesday and Wednesday?
This is live to air. This just shows you how bad the internet is in Balan. Okay, let's have a look here. So Bendigo, Echuca is on Sunday. Ballarat is on Monday.
Oh, so there you go.
And Bendigo is Tuesday.
I'll stand corrected. Astrological. If she doesn't run at Ararat, she'll run at Ballarat on Monday. That throws out my theory of the weak fields on Tuesday. The weak fields must be going to be Bendigo. Yeah. But still, again, you've got a heap of meetings over the weekend. It could be weak.
Can't go over it.
So that's good. We can venture out
there.
That's it. That's it. I don't know anymore.
We're up to Tuesday.
A lot of horses going to be trialling, and Periscope, they didn't accept to run. So
I didn't want to go to Edenhope.
Remember the last time I went to Edenhope? Serious Witness with Matt Kamani. Remember that day?
Yeah, that place. That's no good, that track. No. You wouldn't take a good horse there.
No, I think it was just threw the nom in without really thinking about it. But
probably ticked the wrong box, Pete.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, I was hoping they'd scratch because I had to do a lot of explaining to you while we go to Edenhope.
Well, when I saw it, Pete, I must admit, if I wasn't at the sales, I would have been on the phone.
Yeah, no, we had that.
Anyway,
we had that one.
So there's our runners. Few resuming. A few there probably.
It's hard to pick a winning chance.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna. If this thing doesn't win at Toowong and Bloodlet doesn't win at Echuca,
probably they're the three. Stringer Bell, like he was. Good.
Yeah, well, he was good. Yeah, there's a few there, and the others are just going around, kicking off.
Yep, like a lot are at the trials next week. Yogi and all. Yogi and.
Where are those trials, Pete?
Babe. I think we got Camperdown one day and Ballarat another day. I don't know which order. I know Ballarat switched from Thursday to Tuesday. I think to accommodate Camperdown, which are on Thursday.
Okay. So you got 2 days of the trials.
We're his pulled rain there, I suppose.
You got 2 days of the trials.
Yeah, and hopefully some of ours are ready to go to the races after that. We need Think Babe on the track.
Yeah, it's about time he got to the races. What's older?
Just waiting for this trial. They were a couple with, I think Colac they ended up galloping instead of trialling. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're up with it. Now, we've just come off a big week down at the Inglis Complex.
Money.
I'll tell you what. I've got a whole new respect for prepping horses at sales. I've been going around looking at horses at sales for 20 years, just calling them out and looking at them. But when you're on the other end of the stick, and look, those horses were dragged out 250 times each over a week, 250 inspections. So no wonder they were tired and the handlers were tired. And it's hot, it's dusty, it's sticky, and you smell like a horse.
Atmosphere's hot,
and it was really, really busy. And the upshot of it all was we got them all sold.
Yep.
And we had a really good sale. Financially, we ended up on budget. So we all selected some numbers before we went down, and overall, we got that number. Some were higher than we thought, and some were 20 grand, 30 grand under, but we picked that up on the others. So obviously the highlight was selling the Fastnet Rock Long Espresso to Robbie Griffiths for 400,000, and the underbidder was from Perth. I won't say who it was, but that bidding went for ages because they started it really low.
Yeah.
And you've got some footage here of her parading around before the sale, Pete, and actually being auctioned. So let's have a look at that.
It's a little 5-minute piece from start to finish. Yeah.
Let's have a look at that.
Held on hold like a noose, like a rope. Got a medicine, take no mercy.
260,000, 260 down, double down, 260 better, 260 better, 300 center, 300 down, double down, 300 down, double aggressive winning wins the day, 300 better, 300 down, 320, 320 down, double down, 320 down, double down, 320 in your hands, well, 320 better, 40, 340 down, double down, 340 down, double down, 340, you stick on hard, 340 better.
Held on hold like a noose, like a rope. Got a medicine, take no mercy on him. Poisoned his blood and burned out his throat. Enough is enough, he's a long way from home. Days of my youth wasted on selfish truth. He ran for the hills from the hand he had dealt. I flew far away, as far as I could go. Your time is running out, and I'm a long way from home. Laid up in bed, you laid up in bed, holding the pain like you're holding your breath. I prayed you could sleep like a stone. You're right next to me, but you're a long way from home. Held on hold like a noose, like a rope. Got medicine, ain't no mercy. Poison burned out his throat. Enough is enough, he's a long way from home. Days of my youth wasted on selfish truth. Ran for the hills from the hand I feel far. As far as I could go, your time is running out, and I'm a long way from home.
Well, the hammer comes up, she had a time I sell. I'll take your little 10 you like. 50. 350. They shorten him stripes, I reckon. 350. Got 10 more. Want to test the water? 350 better. 350 down, double down, going to be 350. Make your 60, sir. What do you think? Take her home. And 350,005. Beat me to death. 355. 355. Will I'll do the same to your right hand. 60. 360. 360,000. 360,000. Well, do you know where that is? 360. Make sure they know. At 360,000. Well, I'm in your hands. I'll take 5 from your other client. What do they say? At 360, I'll take the 5. Well, what do they say? 5. 70. 370. Right in the middle. Not now. 80. 380. 400, he said. 400,000. 400,000. At 400,000, turn the corner, sir. What do you say? I sell you short of one. Griffiths, thank you, Chris Blomley. Well, there's so many sweet fillies. Good walk, Griffiths.
And burned out his throat. Enough is enough. He's a long way from home.
So she found a new home down at Robbie Griffith's stable, and it's interesting that he actually, I knew he liked her when he looked at her, when we paraded him for our trainers on the farm, but he never really said a lot.
No.
And he was a little bit cunning, Pete.
Played the cards close.
And even in his bidding, it was hard to spot him bidding.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know who was bidding on it until they called out his name at the end. And the same thing happened with the Seamus Award Tons of Rossa filly.
Yeah.
Archie Alexander was at the parade, and he ended up buying it for 135, which was a great result. And I said to him afterwards, I said, I didn't even know you were interested. And he said, from the first time I saw that filly, I was going to buy it.
Yeah.
So Mr. Poker Face Archie Alexander, and Matty Williams was actually the underbidder.
Oh, there you go. He raced the mare.
Well, he trained the mother,
mare, yeah.
so he was pretty keen to get her, but Archie was too strong on the day. Yeah. So, yeah, there's two that went to a couple of our own trainers. The Zoo Star made $250,000. He's off to Hong Kong.
Yep.
The Not a Single Doubt More Bubbly was purchased by Shay Eden.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll go down there. He also bought the Zebedee colt, Shay Eden, so he bought two out of our draft.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to think who bought the others, Pete. The Fox Wedge is going over to Michael Hickmon in South Australia.
Yep, I was trying.
The Deep Field is going down to New Zealand to be trained, where the half-sister is trained.
Yep, the Azadi.
The Azadi was purchased by Aquis, I believe.
Yeah.
So he'll be off to Queensland, I assume. He'll go to Queensland. And a couple of the others, I'm not really sure.
Doomsday.
The Doomsday was bought by Hong Kong.
Yep.
So they were pretty much spread around. But yeah, it was busy, and it was good to get them all sold.
All sold, yeah.
I know Tom and Shell and the team are exhausted.
Yeah.
So they're going to have a week off now, so they need to recover.
I think we averaged the average, didn't we? Or a bit over the average sale?
No, well, above the average.
Above the average, yeah.
I think the average was 118, and we ended up about 130.
So that's a great result, really.
It was a good result, and we ended up in the top 10 vendors by volume and the top 5 by average, which is not bad for our first go.
No, it's great.
But that was this year. Now we've got to start thinking about next year.
Yeah. But I think it gives buyers a lot of confidence that, you know, produce a horse that's up there with the best of them.
Yeah, we grew them out really well, so they certainly looked well at the sales.
Yeah, one of the, like you said, one come back to the farm, the Tons of Rossa, so with Archie who spells out there. So,
yeah, and Robbie's actually sent the Long Espresso home for a spell. And,
back in familiar territory.
Michael Hickmon's actually sent the Fox Wedge home to be gelded and have 2 weeks off and be sent to Adelaide. So I think there was 3 or 4 that were actually coming home for a few weeks.
For the right reason.
Well, it's paid horses now, so that's all good.
But good results for all the owners.
Yeah, great. We had a night out after the sale Tuesday night with all the breeders, and you know, they were pretty happy because some of them were a bit stressed that, you know, we thought 150 for the Zoo Star and got 250, so that's a great result.
They're mentioning names with the Long Espresso, especially when the Fastnet Rock about 3/4 an hour before ours went for $500,000, and there was 3 people on like cats on hot tin roofs there for a while. So, but look, that bidding, like you said, it started so low and then it fluctuated, it went quick, and then it plateaued, and I thought, it's going to stop around that 350. And
they both want it.
Yeah, and that's, you know, when they both hang in, that's
it's funny how they always stop at the magic number like 500 or 400 or
it rounds it off.
They do. They don't. No one goes 405.
Well, it went 5s and 10s, and then that last bid of 20 just threw that last person out.
Yeah, obviously that last bid of Rob, he had 400, I reckon. And he didn't want to be 395 and 405.
It's almost like throwing all your money in the pot. This is it or not. So
anyway, congratulations to our breeders. Great result.
Yeah,
get them done. I know a couple were unders, but we're happy to clear the decks. And congratulations to all the trainers that have bought them. And now we can follow them.
Follow with interest. Yeah.
And hopefully they perform well. And now we've got to sit down and make sure, you know, we learn the lessons of that sale.
Yeah.
We need to look at what sold well, what didn't, why. And, you know, we've got big decisions, because if you get if you turn up there with a yearling that's not wanted, you're not going to get $1 for it. So the matings are very important. Yeah. So we've got to mate all those mares properly this year again, and we've got to write that year, but we can't live on that. So we've got to look at, you know, what they're averaging, what's likely to happen in the next 2 years with these breeds and make sure we get it right. And then secondly, you know, we've got 14 to go to the sales next year, so we've got to sit down now and look at, you know, which sales they should go through, where they're best placed to sell. I think if the Fastnet Long Espresso went to Sydney up against 30 or 40 Fastnets, it probably only makes 300. So we placed her well to get the maximum dollar. So there's a fair bit to be, you know, to go into.
Through,
and the sales entries close in July, so we don't actually have a lot of time to figure this all out.
Big decisions to be made.
And the commercial stallions are generally all booked out by Easter, so we've got 2 weeks to work out where there's 2 or 3 weeks to work out where there's mares should be going.
Get it right.
So we'll sort that out with the owners over the coming weeks. So
the other side of it is too, some mares we move on.
I think there's 7 at home that are going to get traded at the sales. Either they're old and finished, or they're not producing the stock to the level. And to be honest, we don't want to be going to the sales selling horses for less than 100. We sold a few under 100 this year. We don't want to be doing that, but that's based on decisions made and trends that have evolved since we mated them. So you know, we want the average up, Pete.
Yep, makes sense.
So that was that. So we're all feeling a bit tired.
A bit drawn out.
But anyway,
now, but they've done a great job, that crew. I only went to Tuesday, and to see how those horses were still parading and how relaxed they were, it's a testament to Tom and Shell and the crew down there.
Yeah, they've all done a great job. And
it was terrific.
The girls back at the farm kept the farm going, and they were under the hammer there too, because we're weaning foals,
I went out
blood typing and photographing foals. So
all getting their chips in and took a few photos, and that process.
The show's rolling on, Pete.
Doesn't stop, Darren.
No, we need rain now. That's the big thing. We need rain. I think Melbourne said they've had 3 mils since Christmas.
Well, we're mid-March, so
it's very, very dry. So we need a lot of rain now. They're saying this could be the coldest, wettest winters for 25 years.
Coming up.
So let's see. We'll go from dust to mud.
Wet trackers will be licking their lips.
Yeah, we've got a few of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap that up.
That's
and
it.
I don't know. Have you got anything else?
No, I've got not much else.
Any Cheerios to anyone, Pete?
There's a birthday coming up we won't mention about on the weekend.
There's a big birthday coming up on Saturday, isn't there? But we'll keep that for Facebook.
We'll keep that fresh. So tune into Facebook for that one.
Facebook. There's a big birthday on Saturday. And we got the long weekend, of course, here in Victoria.
Cheerios out to some people that are just not.
I know Kevin Daisley's going pretty well.
Good.
Spoke to him the other day. He's recovering well. Donna Love sounded better the other day.
I know Lex Tickle. I know wouldn't have been too happy with Rocket Cod, but she got a bit to look forward to with the girls' horses coming through, the ladies' horses.
Good report on French Fizz, who's getting ready to trial, so that's positive.
That's next Tuesday.
All right, well, until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morgan in Balan. Have a great weekend.